Hey everyone, it's Justin again. In this video, I'm going to take you through the 0, 1, or infinitely many activity. This will give you a chance to compare my answers with your own work. So be sure to reflect on what you wrote down and make any changes or additions to your own notes that will help you remember what you're learning. Here's the first graph in the activity. After analyzing this graph, I can see that these two lines intersect at one point. And, like we learned in the previous activity, that point is the solution to the system. That's why we can say that this system has one solution. Now, your explanation for how we know this might be worded differently than mine, but it should still describe the same concept. I wrote that the lines intersect at one point, or in other words, they share one point. Now, this really was a refresher from what we've learned in the previous activity, but what about a system like this? It looks like these lines will never intersect. They definitely don't intersect each other on the part of the graph that we can see, and as they continue on, it doesn't look like they'll intersect anywhere else either. That makes me think that out of these options, the answer must be that the system has 0 solutions. If you thought the same thing, you're correct. Your reason should include something about the fact that these lines don't intersect anywhere. I wrote that the lines do not intersect, or in other words, they do not share any points. Now, what about this final graph? It may look a little strange to have two lines graphed in the same place, but since they are, how many points do they have in common? Yeah, every point on these lines can be thought of as an intersection, or a point that they have in common. This means that there are infinitely many solutions to this system, including these points and infinitely many others. So for my explanation, I wrote the lines intersect infinitely many times since they're in the same place. In other words, they share infinitely many points. That's it for this activity. Be sure to complete the additional practice in your PDF and then take on the practice game once you feel like you've had a good understanding of this lesson's objectives. I'll see you again soon.